Hi, I'm Alex Grayson, and today I'm going to show you something that can completely transform the way you work on any DIY project. Decorate your home or do woodwork. It might sound crazy, but in just a few seconds, you'll see for yourself how you can turn any project you dream of into reality in a heartbeat. I'll help you discover how to customize anything from chopsticks to baby cribs. Turn a dismantled old chair into a unique work of art and make creative presents for your family and friends out of plain wood. You'll never have to worry about imperfect measurements, bad plans, or lousy instructions. In fact, you'll be able to build the designs you want almost on autopilot, while having pinpoint accuracy and without having to follow any blueprints. And here's the best part, it works perfectly even if you're a first-timer. I myself have been using this for well over 2 years now, and let me tell you, I'm turning dreams into reality. You should have seen the look on my wife's face when I made her a limited edition, high-end dressing closet she saw in a magazine. If I'd bought it for her, it would have cost a small fortune, and this way I only spent a few bucks on some wooden screws. I'm making unique pieces of furniture most people only dream of for pennies on the dollar, all from lumber. I'll tell you all about it in a few seconds, but first, let me tell you a bit about myself, just so you know where I'm coming from. Like I told you, my name is Alex Grayson. I work in the car industry as an engineer. I used to be the kind of kid that took apart his parents' TV just to see how it works, along with the toaster, the fridge, and anything else I can get my hands on. That curiosity turned me into a part-time inventor, and a couple of years ago I picked up a new hobby, woodworking. It started out as an escape, a way to relieve stress, and soon enough I became addicted to it. Now I even wake up early just so I can spend more time in my workshop. What can I say? I'm hooked. Creating something from nothing can do that. But sometimes it can get frustrating. I'm talking about when you have to wing it, compromise your designs so they fit whatever parts you happen to find. Right now I'm going to show you how to never come across this problem ever again. I'm going to give you the key to turn your dreams into reality in the exact way you picture them in your mind. You'll completely erase any infuriating experiences you might have had with DIYing and feel only pride and satisfaction when you finish your projects. Here's what I'm talking about. When I started out my first woodworking project, it was a train wreck. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty handy, but I was in over my head. Carving out details turned out to be a real can of worms. All I had to do was make some wood cutouts, but I couldn't. I tried to, over and over again. Soon enough, I was just fantasizing about quitting. I still don't know why I didn't. I must have spent hundreds of dollars on wood and hundreds of hours getting things wrong before I finally had a moment of clarity. I was surfing online, desperately searching for instructions to improve my wood carving technique, and I stumbled upon a video of some guy using a machine to carve out ultra-precise details into wood. He called it a CNC machine, and you can actually use it for any kind of woodwork. After a bit of investigating, I started figuring out how it works, and the truth is, it's a pretty simple mechanism. See, CNC stands for Computer Numerical Control, which basically means you punch some numbers into a computer, and those numbers command the machine to move exactly how you want it. In this case, it gives the machine the exact spots to carve onto. It might sound complicated, but it really isn't. Imagine a sharp sculpting tool moving from front to back, left to right, and up and down. Hook it up to a computer, and you'll have a personal, ultra-precise wood carving machine that can spit out unique, personalized pieces of wood. It's basically a smart saw. I like to call it that because you can create and design whatever your imagination can draw up just by pushing a button. Anything from wooden toys for your kids to coffee tables, shop signs, home decorations, engraved cigar boxes, picnic tables, racks, TV cabinets, desks, dog houses, even surfboards or guitars. There are no limits. You can take a drawing and turn it from paper to wood just by pushing a button. Here's why I was getting so excited about it. With a smart saw, there's no room for error because it's a 100% self-correcting device. It's just like a master craftsman were standing right next to you, correcting you ahead of time so you'd never make a wrong cut. You'll never have to waste any precious time or any money on wood. Instead of trying over and over again to get the measurements right or to make flawless cuts, you'll create the perfect cutout right from the very first try. And even a lousy woodworker like myself can make the most complex projects in no time. In fact, you'll be able to make elaborate designs even if you've never touched a piece of wood before, because the Smart Saw has incredible accuracy. It would take years of harsh training for a man to develop these skills, but the Smart Saw cuts out even the smallest details flawlessly. Plus, a Smart Saw works 20 times faster than the human hand, because it's already programmed and knows exactly what you're going for. This means you can spend more time creating personalized, unique projects, transforming your hobby into a true passion. And after you use it a couple of times, you'll see for yourself that your wood carving Smart Saw can turn into a real business, because once you've made a design, you can print it out as many times as you want and sell it. If your projects are good, people will be lining up, and you'll be able to transform your hobby into a real business. And finally, here's the best part. The Smart Saw can work completely on autopilot. Just select your design whenever you have 5 minutes of spare time and let it go to work. 99% of your job ends after you pick your design. So sit back and relax, or go about your daily routine till the Smart Saw prints out your project. Listen, all of this is just a peek at what you can do with the Smart Saw. Imagine being able to craft exclusive home decorations like clockwork and giving them to your close friends as gifts. Or picture yourself making a beautiful mantel clock and passing it on to your kids to keep it in the family forever. And what if you could start a business after you retire from your day job? You could actually transform a hobby into a real career. It might sound too good to be true. Here's the catch. A professional CNC wood carving machine costs tens of thousands of dollars. The cheapest second-hand machine I could find was $2,000. So buying one of those is out of the question, at least for me, because I didn't want to buy a machine that would fall apart after I unpack it. And plus, I already had an idea about how it works, so I thought to myself, I could put one together all by myself. You could too. Look, if you're good with inventions, you can build your own wood carving machine just by going after what you'll find online. I did, so it's possible. It won't be easy, but you don't have to be the next Leonardo da Vinci. Here's what I mean. There's a lot of guesswork involved and a lot of hours standing in front of the computer just researching websites. When I built my Smart Saw, most of the stuff I found online was either confusing or downright worthless. The websites I found either lacked the essential details or were too academic and complex. If I didn't know anything about inventions, it would have taken me at least half a year to put together a wood carving machine. But because I have an engineering background, after a few days of going through articles and videos, I felt confident I was up for the task. It wasn't quite as easy as I expected, but I got the job done in 2 days and I filmed the entire thing. I have every step of the way on camera. I wanted to have footage so I could go back and look at it if I didn't get it right from the first try. After I put together my Smart Saw, I couldn't get enough of it. I started up small, making a new knife block for the kitchen. My wife and I loved it so much that I kept going. That's when the fun started. Soon enough, I was making personalized picture frames, cutting boards, decorative bowls, coat racks, wooden toys for my girls, a jewelry box for my wife, and a lot of other things I'm probably forgetting right now. As I moved onto more complex projects, I noticed my skills started to develop faster. See, I didn't have to worry about making the perfect cuts and not wasting any wood. I could really sink my teeth into the actual construction, the real part of DIYing. After I got the hang of it, I felt confident putting together bigger stuff like a new mailbox, chairs, clocks, bathroom units, cabinets, desks, mirror frames, bookshelves, a doghouse, and right now I'm working on something very special, a treehouse for my daughters. I can't wait to see how they'll react when it's ready. I can already imagine their faces lighting up. One day a friend of mine was dropping off his kid for a play date. We started talking, but right in the middle of our conversation he paused. He was staring at my new mailbox. I could see he wasn't listening. His mind was in another place. When he finally snapped out of it, he said, "That's a really great-looking mailbox. Would you mind telling me where you got it?" "That? I made it," I said proudly. The look on his face was priceless. He was stunned. So I took him to my garage and showed off my workshop. I explained how my Smart Saw works, and he couldn't believe what I was making. He was even more shocked when he saw it in action. He asked me to make him a mailbox like mine, and I did. Soon after, people noticed what I was doing. Friends started asking me for favors. I made them guitars, shop signs, birdhouses, and sure enough, they fell in love with them. That's when things got a little crazy. I felt like I was becoming some kind of a local celebrity. Family, friends, my wife's friends, my friends' friends. All of them were raving about my beautifully crafted designs. It wasn't long until people started asking questions. All of them wanted to know how to put together their own smart saws. I realized I had to show them the recordings I had of me building it. In fact, I decided I'm going to share my recordings with the entire world and let everyone in on my secret. Before I got to do that, I wanted to make building a smart saw so easy even kids could do it. First, I sent the video to a professional film production company to edit it. Then I decided to also have step-by-step written instructions to go alongside the video. I even made template illustrations for drilling holes and sent all my blueprints to a professional editor. It came back looking just like an IKEA manual. The name Smart Saw just stuck with me, so I called it the DIY Smart Saw. How to build a CNC machine in an afternoon using parts you can find at any store. This program is your guarantee that in just a couple of hours, you'll be able to put together your own CNC machine, or smart saw, as I like to call it. You'll have your own step-by-step video tutorial plus a written manual to go by its side. It will be just like I'm next to you, guiding you every step of the way. Actually, the first thing I did was send the program to a small group of people for feedback. All of them told me these instructions make regular woodworking plans look like children's scribbles. But here's what actually impressed me. Most of them tried out the program and built their own machines. I didn't ask them to do it. They said they got all worked up about it from reading the instructions. I think it's because there's no fancy jargon, no academic lingo, and no technical mumbo-jumbo that would take an engineering degree to understand. Everybody gets it. Here's how easy it is to follow the DIY Smart Saw program. First of all, you have video footage and commentary of me guiding you every step of the way. Just watch the video once and you'll put together your own smart saw even if you've never used a screwdriver before. You're not even going to rewind the video to check if you're doing all right. It's just like watching a cooking show and trying out the recipe for yourself. Plus, right from the start, I give you a complete list of all the tools and parts you'll be using. This way you won't find yourself mid-construction only to realize you're missing something crucial or you've been using the wrong tools the entire time. And each section of the manual is filled with hints, notes, and tips. I'm giving you little secrets for what kind of tools you can use and how to make sure the parts are an easy fit. This way you'll be having a blast building your smart saw, and you don't have to go out of your way to build it. And before you get to work, I'll even show you how to check if the setup was done correctly just by clicking on a button. That way you don't have to waste wood trying out your machine, and even your first design will be a success you'll proudly show off. Finally, besides the video, I also put together step-by-step notes broken down into 4 phases. Each step of the construction is illustrated with detailed imagery and flawlessly shaped designs that make it just like assembling Legos. If you follow these blueprints, you'll never think twice about what you're doing, and you'll get it right from the first try. And if you have any questions along the way, you have 24/7 access to our customer service crew. Simply write us an email, and a team of trained specialists will give you their full support no matter what you need. If you don't feel like writing any emails, you'll also find a help and troubleshooting section in my manual. You can check it out before sending us your message, and maybe you'll find the answers you're looking for. So before I tell you how you can get the DIY Smart Saw, let me ask you a question. How much is it worth to you to know there's nothing impossible for you to build? To become the ultimate expert craftsman? To see all your dream projects become reality just by pushing a button? If this step-by-step tutorial helps you satisfy your family's deepest dreams and desires by giving them all the things they always wanted, if you'll own unique pieces of furniture that aren't available in any shops, how much would that be worth to you? Think about it. You could buy a professional CNC machine for beginners at $30,000, have it shipped to you, and then still have to put it all together by yourself without instructions designed specifically for you. Or you could spend years trying to develop your carpentry skills, wasting away money and precious time, just so eventually you'll learn how to make the perfect cutout. And guess what? Even after years of harsh and expensive training, you still won't be able to build anything you want with the detail and precision of a DIY Smart Saw. I put together the DIY Smart Saw so people will build whatever they want and not have to cough up a fortune. Needless to say, this one-of-a-kind program should be something everyone can afford. As I already told you, the price of the cheapest second-hand CNC machine is $2,000. But I'm not going to ask you to invest anything close to that. After all, I only put it together to help my friends. I don't plan on getting rich out of it. In fact, I'm not even going to ask you to invest $1,000 in this training, even though we both know it's probably worth more than that, just because you'll never have to buy another piece of furniture ever again. This special program won't even cost you $500, even though $500 is only a quarter of how much the cheapest CNC machine costs. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to give it up for less than $250, even though my wife insists this should be the absolute minimum because the guide is so valuable. I mean, imagine how much money you'll be able to save in the long run. You'll be able to make whatever you need and repair whatever piece of furniture you have that's already broken down. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set the price for the DIY Smart Saw at just $39. This means you'll be able to get the DIY Smart Saw program for only $39 and make one-of-a-kind DIY projects, home decorations, and furniture you don't have to pay absurd amounts for. Think about it. There are basic toolboxes that cost more than this. Just remember all the money you already threw out the window on tools that are probably lying around in your home or garage, and you barely get to use them. I'm betting they cost more than $39. And this machine will make you anything out of wood with just the push of a button. Plus, if you get the DIY Smart Saw right now, I'll also throw in a special bonus report free of charge. I put together a short video guide that shows you exactly how to use your Smart Saw and create the designs you want. I call it 101 Woodworking. Rest assured knowing I'll be right there next to you, guiding you every step of the way when you print your first projects. This step-by-step manual makes woodworking easier than checking your email. Actually, wait, it's even easier than that. It's super easy. It's so easy I could train my dog to do it. Heck, I could train your dog to do it. Don't believe me? Okay, here's the deal. If you ever had a day job, any kind of day job, I guarantee you that was way harder than carving out your projects using a Smart Saw. You don't have to download anything or install any overly complicated software. All you need to create your designs is to have an internet connection. This special video bonus is your guarantee that there's no way you can mess up. And if you use this method, you can practice making your designs on the computer to get used to the Smart Saw. Think about the amount of time and money you'll be able to save. If you get the DIY Smart Saw right now, I'm giving them to you for free as a way to thank you for sticking with me so far and investing in this special program. So for only $39, you'll get a digital version of the DIY Smart Saw program, which includes both the video program and the transcribed instructions, plus the 101 Woodworking special video training. And in fact, the price doesn't even matter because you'll be covered by my 60 days, no questions asked, and money-back guarantee. Here's the deal. I'm willing to take all the risk here. Get the DIY Smart Saw right now. Watch this short and simple video. Assemble your machine, and if you can't get the job done just from my program, you have 60 full days to return it, and you'll get your money back ASAP. No questions asked and no hard feelings. I figure that's enough time to go through the material, test it out, and decide if it's right for you. The way I see it, you have three options. You could do nothing. Pretend you never heard about making woodwork designs only by clicking a button. Try to forget everything you heard in the past minutes and go back to struggling with lousy woodworking plans and half-baked instructions for DIY projects. But if you choose to do this, you'd also have to ignore that gut feeling that you're making a huge mistake. You'd have to live with yourself wondering what could have been because this offer won't be available forever. You probably don't want to miss out on the opportunity of trying out this one-of-a-kind course for yourself. Or you can try to do it all by yourself. I already told you it's not impossible to build your Smart Saw all by yourself. The problem is, it will take you an eternity, especially if you never invented or even built anything before. There's a lot of guesswork involved. You'd probably have to spend weeks on end researching DIY websites, reading overly complicated technical blogs, and watching poorly explained videos. I already did all the hard work for you and created a one-of-a-kind, easy-to-follow program with everyone in mind. For only a one-time payment of $39, I'll be saving you from a massive headache, a lot of lost time and wasted money, which leads me to your third option. You could get the DIY Smart Saw right now. Remember, you're not risking anything because you're covered by my 60 days money-back guarantee. So click the Add to Cart button below and just try it out. There are no limits to what you can do with a Smart Saw. Furniture, home decorations, wood-crafted accessories, virtually anything you or your family can imagine will become reality. You can go through my program in just one afternoon. That's all it takes to become an expert craftsman. Don't just take my word for it. Try it out for yourself. You already took the first step just by sticking with me so far and watching this presentation. So click the Add to Cart button below and complete your order. When you finish your first project, you can send me a photo and brag about it. Still here? Let me answer some of the most common questions I get from time to time. Is it hard to put together a smart saw? Will I be able to build mine even if I never built anything before? Listen, these video instructions make it as easy as assembling Legos. You'll be able to build your smart saw even if you never hammered a nail before. Just watch the tutorial once and you'll see for yourself you already have everything you need to put it together. Plus, if you have any questions, you can always ask me about it in the members area. So far, I didn't get any complaints because the instructions are so clear. But if you can't follow them, you already know about my no questions asked money-back guarantee. So you can just say maybe to the DIY Smart Saw and see for yourself if it's the right thing for you. How does the Smart Saw connect to the computer? All you need to hook up to your Smart Saw is a simple USB cable. You probably use one to charge your phone. I'm sure you'll find one lying around your home. What kind of computer do I need to operate a Smart Saw? The Smart Saw works on any kind of computer. You can also use a laptop. If you can connect it to the internet, then you can operate a CNC machine. It doesn't matter if it's an Apple, a Microsoft computer, a Linux, or anything else. How much does it cost to build a Smart Saw? I put together the Smart Saw you'll see in the video for only $500, and that's because I bought all the parts. I wanted them all to be new and feel like I was getting real quality. The price to put together a Smart Saw depends on what parts you already have lying around and what you want to buy. Friends of mine managed to put together theirs for under $160, even less. It all depends on how much you want to spend on your parts, really. You can even make it from scraps using printer motors and old car parts. I wouldn't recommend doing that, but technically you could. Do I also get the app for operating the Smart Saw? That's the beauty of the Smart Saw. You don't really need any apps, programs, or complicated software. All you need to use it is an internet connection. And I already told you, you're also getting a step-by-step video tutorial that walks you through the exact steps you need to take to carve out a design using the Smart Saw. How quickly will I learn to use it? Just watch a 10-minute video once, and you'll be able to carve out your design. There's really no learning curve. You can learn to use the Smart Saw in no time. The time it takes for you to draw up your design, however, will vary. It all depends on what type of design you want, how complex it is, and how skilled you are. If you don't want to spend too much on it, for starters, you can use other people's designs. You'll be able to find some online. What kind of wood can I use for my Smart Saw? There's really no wrong or right answer for this question. You can use any kind of wood. Just like regular carpentry, some types of wood are better than others, and usually it depends on what you're making. But rest assured knowing you don't need any kind of special wood. You can use anything from softwoods, basswoods, cottonwood, butternut, or hardwood. Will I need any tools? Right from the very start of the program, you'll see a complete list of tools you'll need to put together the Smart Saw. However, you'll never have to use any tools to carve out your own designs if you use the Smart Saw. All you have to do is push a button, and your design will come out in a couple of minutes. So go ahead, click the Add to Cart button and astonish your family and friends with your unique projects. Turn your dreams into reality with the DIY Smart Saw.